references online. And so far we explored a lot of digital libraries and offers that are given by the Moroccan government. We started by talking about Google and Google Scholar, and then we moved to Otohati to Bqal, and then we moved for the digital libraries that are famous in the world that you can make use of, such as Science Direct, GStore, Scopus, Kern, Springer Link, Web of Science. Today we're going to talk about what I can call possibly the Instagram for researchers. You know, we have Instagram, the normal one, and we have Instagram as researchers for us. And these two ones are obviously ResearchGate and academia, and are very important. If you want to advance as a researcher in any field, you really need to create a profile there. Because you do not only publicize your own articles, because you get more visibility when you publish your articles there, so a lot of people actually post their articles there in order for it to be visible. We will see some very good ideas. For example, what happens if you looked for an article and you looked for a book and you found it nowhere to be found? No digital library has it, nothing on Google. You have to pay, and that's about it. So that's why you have some features that are very good that exists in ResearchGate and so on, and it gives you the ability to request files, as we will see. The last stage that we will do, so we will deal with academia ResearchGate, and the last stage we will deal with is, okay, I have downloaded the articles, the books, everything is good. Now what? How do I store them? How do I organize them? How do I extract automatically references? So that's why we will deal with Mendeley as well. So we will learn today how to automatically generate your references, whether it is in-text citation or full references, without even have to learn about APA. Obviously you need to learn about the APA 7th style, but you can generate it automatically by using the plug-in in your Word document. So we will get a little bit technical later on that. So let's start with the ResearchGate. Now that's the first platform that we will deal with, and it's very important, as I've said, because if you want to work, you go to LinkedIn. If you want to publicize your articles, you go to ResearchGate in academia. That's the idea. Because the first thing that people search for when they look at your name, they won't search for your Facebook, they will search for your profile. That's why there is even a feature in ResearchGate when they will tell you there is a person in America who searched for your name or something like that. They tell you that. So let's start with the initial search. Now, what's very good about ResearchGate is that it gives you many options. You can search for the researchers and follow them, or projects, publications, even questions and answers. ResearchGate provides questions. You can ask a question and then it answers. Jobs as well. If you're looking for job opportunities in the world of academia, you can find it as well here. Institutions, and of course departments, but our main concern, of course, is publications, and that's what we will deal with today. Now the first thing that ResearchGate has is that it gives you, if you look for a publication, obviously it gives you an option on which type of publication you want. So imagine if I'm searching for language learning, for example, it gives you the option whether you want to search for an article or preprint or a conference paper, poster, presentation, thesis, book, data, and so on. So let's go to ResearchGate together. So it's researchgate.net, and let's start. Let's just search for our topic, for example. Yeah, so the first thing you get here is that obviously language learning. Obviously you're not looking for researchers, I'm looking for publications, so I'm going to click on that. Now you are looking for publications. It gives you the option to have which type of publication you need. Am I looking only for articles or thesis or a book and so on? So you can narrow down the search. So that's the first thing to know about ResearchGate. Now, the thing about ResearchGate is that you can download the full text, obviously. For example, this is a brief history on English language, for example, and you can just download it and that's it. So you click on download automatically and it's downloaded for you. So obviously you can have PowerPoint presentations, PDFs and all of that. You can also download, and there is no limit on how many times you can download the work. So this is from ResearchGate and so on. So that's the first thing. So you can just search for the articles you like, the works you like. For example, this one, I like it. It tells you that you have this green light here and it tells you what it is. Is it an article? This one, obviously, it is a preprint. So you can choose to download it automatically, whatever topic you like. What's very good about ResearchGate, obviously, ResearchGate is present. You can see it on the level of Google and Google Scholar. So Google Scholar gives you the option to show for you the ResearchGate publications, but sometimes it doesn't post all of them. So this is the article. Now, as I've said, there is a problem. Now imagine I looked for a book and I found it nowhere to be found. Now what you can do actually, if the text is unavailable everywhere, what you do is that you request the file. You can request it from the actual researcher. So you can see here, request full text, you request it and they can send it to you. So for example, this one, I can click on it and they will tell me you requested the file, and then they give you. And the researchers are highly generous. For example, let's give you an example. I have requested so many things that I didn't find everywhere, and I was given this. For example, greetings Ines, here you go. Best Bob Levin. Bob Levin is a very well-known linguist, so I didn't find his review, and I clicked on the request and they sent it to me. This person also, I requested it and they sent me the item. This person also, she told me, hello, sure, there you go. Hey, hi Ines, here we go. So many people. Here is the full text you requested, and these are usually texts that they cannot show publicly, but they can send privately. They can't really show it publicly. They can send you the version before. Maybe the version that's before the one that's published. It depends on the journal policy, so they can send it to you privately but not publicly. And I think it's very important. You can literally search for the researcher that you like. Possibly you have a researcher that's famous in your field, and most researchers in the world, they have their profile. You can just search for them, look for their book and request it, and they can send it to you. And remember guys, it's not only that, you can send them using email. Usually academics and researchers are not really selfish. No, they wish if somebody reads, they would be happy they wish if somebody actually read their work. So don't always rely on, oh my god, this book is unavailable, and you stop. No, just try to contact them, and I'm sure they're going to send it to you. So that's something that ResearchGate has and no other platform has, which is the option for you to actually to get the files that you actually requested. Now the features now if you look at the work that is published, there are so many features that you can have. The first thing, here it tells you which item it is, whether it is a book or a chapter or article and so on. The second thing, it tells you whether the text is available or you need to request it. It tells you again the research interest, how many people actually read this exact work, the amount of citation. For example, this work only has like 0 ones. It also tells you recommendations. If ResearchGate authors recommend this work, then you will more likely see. For example, 14 people have recommended this work. Also, how many reads. For example, this article, 100, it had like 112 reads. So and this option here is only for you to know or to find out this article that I am publishing it, is it cited, is it important, is it relevant, and all of that. You also have the option of review, and basically review is the part where you can actually download. You can either read, you don't need to download each paper because you can just view it from the overview section, the stats of the publication, the comments. By the way, if you have a comment, if you want to comment to that author, any author in the world, you can comment and they can answer you back. Citations, how many people cited them, or you can directly access to the references they have. You can download it from here. You can save it. We will see how it happens. So you can save it in order to stay in your save list. So let's go with each one of them. Let's click on whatever. Let's click on whatever paper, whatever publication. Let's pick something that's available. Sorry. Okay, so let's just click on this one, just so we can find out everything. So as I've said here, they tell me this is an article, full text is available. Overview. In overview, obviously, when you click on overview, it gives you the abstract. So you can read the abstract if you'd like and see if it's relevant. There is also the feature of related research. So they always, whenever you like something, they will always suggest something that is similar. And obviously you can view more and see all the other articles or works that are close to this article. And this is especially important for novice researchers, people that are about to search for their topic and they have no idea who wrote about it. So it's like a snowball sampling kind of thing. One research leads you to another thing. And that's what related research is about. So this is the full text. You can just read it at your own pace from here. You don't have to download it. So all of it's here. And obviously you have also here a section on similar research. So obviously research interest, citations, there was one citation, one person recommended it, and then you have 226 read. Obviously you see here the name of the author, the month and the year of publication. The comments, if you would like to comment as an author, I can for example say something and then add the comment and the researcher will actually see it. Or you can access directly to the references. You don't have to look at the article. It gives you, you know what's interesting about this? It gives you the reference that the person used, but the exact file, that is, it gives you the abstract, the full. It's not like when you go to the article and you just read the author, the title. No. Here, the ResearchGate's algorithm searches for the references that are available in their archives, and then they tell you, okay, for example, this one is already available. So that's something that's interesting about ResearchGate. Obviously, you can save it. You liked so many things, you can save it. And as soon as it is saved, you go to your profile and you click on your saved list. So your saved list will include all the items that you saved. So for example, I have two items that I've saved here. You see? So if you want to save it, you don't want to download it, you just want to go back to it later on. So that's the save button, what it's known for. If you want to export citation, that's also something you can do it. Export, that is the cited. You can just cite it via, they can send you the plain text of citation. You can recommend it to people publicly. It will be shown in your profile, or you can share it, or you can follow. Follow, that means you get updates about this work. So what's very good is that you can also follow authors. For example, I click on this author, I really like their work, or they are pioneers in my research. So basically I click follow. Any research, new research they publish, I can completely automatically see it. And obviously, as I've said, you can publish your own works here, and you can publish your own works and you will have more visibility there. So as I've said, you do not only look for works of your fellow researchers, but you also advertise your own works. For For example, if I go to my place, my research, research here, this is my article, for example, and it sends you, if the article is cited, or if somebody read it or anything, they will actually tell you that. For example, it has just been published, so it will tell you, for example, I had 7 reads in all of this. You can track your research. And obviously, you know what's good about this, you can also even publish what we call communication, meaning works that have not published yet, but you just want to publicize it before you do it. So that's ResearchGate, and I highly recommend for you to have your own profile. If you would like to be a researcher in the future, in the long term, then I highly recommend for you to have a profile. It will actually be surprising if you're a researcher and you do not have ResearchGate. So we already mentioned all of this. Now, after we talked about ResearchGate, we have another Instagram for researchers. It's also called Academia. It's the same as Academia. The Academia ResearchGates are the same, meaning you post your articles as a researcher, and you are able to search for articles that are published in those platforms. However, if you ask me which is better, ResearchGate or Academia, I will definitely say ResearchGate, because I believe, and I'm going to be honest, I believe that Academia is kind of greedy. Anything that you want to do, they ask for premium. It's still interesting, they still give you many good features that you can use. You can just put your profile there and publicize your research there and search for articles, but they don't give you all the articles and all of that. So I recommend not I recommend, but I see that ResearchGate is friendlier. But either way, we're going to look for it. So let's go to Academia. Although Academia is possibly more well known than ResearchGate, but you know, when you get famous, you ask for money. That's the idea. And by the way, something that's interesting about Academia and ResearchGate does not do so, because we need to compare, is that what's very good is that because I'm searching for something, if I search, for example, language learning, and I start downloading everything related to language learning, you get emails where it gives you recommendations. And to be honest, I cannot believe it. Their recommendations is absolutely to the point. Their recommendations is very good. Like, I look for something that is so specific in my research, and they always recommend something very similar to my research. So something I'm very happy, and I downloaded so many things when they send me recommendations. I always download from them, like some 50% of the time I do it. So I looked for language learning, obviously. Now this is the problem, the lock. You know the lock here? For example, there is more than 1,473,000 results. But they will not give you that. They will give you the free version. It's only 11,000 results. Obviously, it's not much, but Academia still provides some very good works as well. You can't sort it by date and so on, only by relevance. So that's something that's not good about Academia, but it still offers a lot of research. And what's interesting is that I recommend that you search for your article when you start. Search from Google Scholar, and then go to ResearchGate and go to Academia to do all of them, because sometimes the text is available only in Academia, maybe the author only put it there, but it's not in ResearchGate, and vice versa. Sometimes you will find the works in ResearchGate but not in Academia. So if you can follow as a research this process, Google Scholar, ResearchGate, Academia, and then go to digital libraries such as GStore, Science Direct, Springer Link, Web of Science, and all of that. So you can download automatically. That's something. So you can download your work automatically. You can save it to your library, obviously. So and obviously you can refine your search. For example, I only want to find journal articles, so it gives you that. So Khadija said, Khadija says, I think that some of the publications in academia are not of high quality. The Academia ResearchGate is not a journal. It's a platform where you can share your peer-reviewed articles. You see what I mean? So, I am a researcher. I have an article, and then I post it there, and you are given the option. They tell you whether this article that you have is it posted in a peer-reviewed journal, or is it just your own ambition. So you have to do it. If you don't do that, you're gonna get blacklisted. So you have to do that. So the works ResearchGate in academia are not journals. They are platforms where researchers share their articles which were published in journals for more visibility. For example, the work that I have here, it's not published. It's published in another journal, but I put it here so that it can have it can have more visibility. You see, and the same thing for academia. But I agree with you that if you search, then for example, if I search for works in academia, obviously I'm going to search for journal articles. I'm not going to search for preprint, print, and so on. But thank you, Khadija, for this point. If you download things, make sure that it is from peer-reviewed journal. And you have to know that researchers would rarely ever publish stuff that are not from peer-reviewed journals. It's a bad thing for them, you see. That's why you have here, when we search for example, the topics, it tells you whether it is an article or not. If it's a preprint, then obviously you won't care about it. If it is just communication, then obviously you won't do it. So it's here. Preprint is the one that you don't really want to look for, or poster, or presentation. These ones over here, preprint, poster, presentation, these are just some of the things that people would share. But when it comes to articles, conference paper, thesis, book, obviously all of these need to go through a peer review. So yeah, so that's something we have already said it. And as I've said, the disadvantage of academia is it's just premium. Like, I can't believe it, they have premium for literally everything, but they still give you something. At least they still give you, for example, 11,000, still something. But one thing that academia does, and all other platforms do not, is that it sends you recommendations. It's really good, and you can actually improve your recommendations. For example, if academia recommends articles or works that you think that are really not relevant to you, and obviously in my personal experience, I'm highly surprised. Like, the works that they've given me are just very close, similar to my research. But if you still want to improve the recommendations that they send you through their email, in your email, you just click on your profile and click on this part here called improve recommendations. So you do that, and then you can hopefully it's not premium, but I'm sure it's not. It is premium. I'm going to kill them. But anyways, so obviously here the reading history, whatever reading history you have, that for example, double H questions, government and binding, this is because I'm doing syntax, but whatever search history you have, you can actually uncheck it. For example, I searched for language learning. Obviously I don't want to get recommendations on language learning, so I'm just gonna check it, so they can't send me recommendations on that as well. I mean, no offense to language learning, it's just not my field, and that's it. So as I've said, I recommend guys to really, if you don't have a profile, please create one. So these are the final two things, and then now we'll move to the most important part of the workshop, which is how would I manage those references. And the most famous one, there are many, obviously. There is EndNote, there is Zotero, there is Mendeley, but obviously because I am because I am closer to, for example, EndNote. It is owned by Clarivates. Clarivates that have Web of Science. Web of Science, you know, because we have the most two famous publishing houses. We have Elsevier, and then we have Web of Science Clarivates. Now, the reason why I use Mendeley is because Mendeley is owned by Elsevier, which owns Scopus and Science Direct. Why? So if I want to, you will see later on, if I want to download works from Elsevier, Scopus and Science Direct, it gives you the option to literally export it directly to your Mendeley. So that's why I like. So we will see all of this and we'll learn together. Now, let's go to Mendeley. Now, Mendeley, what is it? Mendeley, it's a reference manager. It's a reference manager. It manages your references. Now, you can download Mendeley for free. So download Mendeley desktop for Windows. Obviously, because I have Windows. If you guys have other systems, for example, if you have only Windows 7, 8, 1, and so on, you can download it. If you have MacBooks, guys, you can download it using Mac. If you have Linux, you can download it as well. It exists in all platforms. So you can just click on download and it's automatically downloaded. As you can see, I have it here, and it's one of my favorite things I have ever done. It literally made me organized. Without it, I would have been a mess. I'm not even kidding. Without Mendeley, I think I would have been a mess. It literally organized my life as a researcher. So now it is downloaded and everything is fine. Now let's check out the process. And obviously, if you want to sign in, you sign in using what? You sign in using your Elsevier account. You know, obviously, you have an account that you use. You have an account in Scopus, obviously, in Scopus. If you don't, you can just create an account in Scopus or Science Direct, and as soon as you do that, you can join Mendeley. You can sign into Mendeley using Elsevier. So basically, let's just go to Mendeley here. This you can find out how you can actually sign in. So you click on sign in. If you don't have it, you create an account. But I sign in automatically from my Elsevier, so that I link Scopus and Science Direct to my Mendeley. So whenever I export something from Science Direct, it goes straight to my library here. That's why I do it from Elsevier. So obviously, you write your email and all of that, or you sign in via your institution automatically. So for example, mine is Ines nuni@sweet.acid.ml. So that's my my institutional email. So I am signed in and I downloaded it and everything is fine. Now, what's very good about Mendeley is that you can arrange your documents according to files. Now, I have files here, for example. Now I create many files because each file has its own topic. I put PDF files, documents, for example, research references on WH questions in Standard Arabic, Lebanese, Iraqi, Iranian, Egyptian, Algerian. So these are some works that I'm doing, and I needed to organize it according to that. References on theory. So for example, you can either view all the documents. Obviously, these are all the documents that I have. Or I only want to read references on theory. So these are all the references that I downloaded here, and they are in Mendeley. And obviously, and I can access automatically to the authors, because sometimes, for example, I will have an author who has 3 works. So I can check all of his works just at once. Just I can click, for example, Lori, I only have 1 research about her, so that's why only 1 work shows. So the first thing, as I've said, in Mendeley is that you can arrange your files using a document. So you just basically create a folder, call it, for example, workshop, and then as soon as I have this file workshop, I click on the left, on the right of my mouse, and I click on add files. And then you can add files from your desktop. For example, this one, I want to add it. I click on it, and then it's automatically here. with the PDF and everything, right? It's very good. I think Mendeley it's just better than PDF Reader, Adobe Reader, and Foxit Reader because it generates all the research, all the PDF files here. Obviously, if you don't like it, you can just click on delete documents and you can delete obviously the remove folder that I have here. So the first thing I arranged according to the files. That's the first thing. The next idea is that obviously you can look at all the articles as I've said. Now something that's very interesting is that you can modify the information, and this is very important. Once you export this work to your Word document for references, it's very important to modify it. For example, let me go to this one, for example. Now this is an article that was done in 2014, and then you can modify all the works here. For example, you can write the article. You can choose what type of work it is. Is it a book? Is it a journal? Is it a book section? Is it an article? And so on. So obviously mine is an article, so it stays like that. Why? You need to modify all of this so that when you export the in-text citation in your Word document, it will come in a correct way. For example, this double H, it's capitalized. It shouldn't be, because in APA Style 7th edition, all the words are in lowercase except for the first word and the one that is after a column and the proper name. So yes, and the names are correct, so you start writing the last name. For example, here we have Galbat and the second name, and the author is written well. What is the name of the journal? You can write it here. For example, it is Theory and Practices in Language Studies. It's correct. The year I also wrote it. It's 2014. Volume, I also put it here, which is volume 4, issue 7, and the number of pages as well. So it's number of pages from 1400 into 1433. You can put the abstract as well here in the journals. And obviously if you have a DOI, here the DOI I already have it. So because sometimes the articles it has DOI, you can write it as well. And now it's all ready. Now let's explore some of the things as well. Now what's very good about Mendeley is that obviously you can take notes on it and you can highlight it. For example, I really like this idea. I'm just going to click on all of this and then highlight it, right? And you can choose, for example, for me, I choose different colors. For example, I choose red if it's the most important information. If I choose yellow if it's just some information that I like. I choose pink if it is a reference that I have to read. I choose blue if it's examples. So I made my own system of colors. I choose gray to highlight references that I'm not going to use but I would like to use in articles. So obviously I like this one. I can change color, for example pink, whatever color you would like. You can, if you don't want to highlight it, you want to delete it, you just click on it and click on delete. And obviously imagine if I don't want it to be for example, I don't want to highlight, I just want to take notes and that's it. So you basically delete it and you can click on this one, which is, it means note, blah 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 blah, and it stays here. So you just put it next to it in order if you want to take notes on it. And obviously you can also take obviously you can take notes also here. For example, I will highlight it and then comment this work, blah 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 blah, and it stays there. So you can highlight everything in relation to your research. That's something that's very good. Now, one positive thing that Mendeley has in order to highlight your notes, and the Foxit readers and do not have, you know that sometimes a book is so old that you can't highlight it because it's just scanned. So you can't do it that way, right? So what did I do? With this in the Mendeley, it gives you an option to highlight rectangle, meaning I can do it like this. And this is an option. For example, let me look for a book where I actually had this problem. There was a book where I had this problem because it was scanned. So what I do is I can literally just do it whenever I like it. So if you have a book where it's scanned and you can't really highlight it using Foxit Reader and all of this, you can just highlight it using rectangle and not the normal one. So obviously you can zoom in or zoom out, something that's normal. So that's one of the things that is very good about Mendeley. And not only that, something that's very good that Mendeley has and Foxit Reader do not. What is it? Now imagine you're looking for all the notes that you had. Now imagine in Foxit Reader you have to look for all the notes you took from your book. That's a lot of work. So what do? You can go to this section, notes, and here are my notes already. I can okay, I want to go to this one, click on this one. Look how many works, how many references I have. So you can access to all of your references. All of your references, you can just all of your notes, sorry, you can access to it here. And that's something that I really love about it. Foxit Readers, I didn't have the chance. I would waste 1 hour just so I can get all the notes. That's one thing. One thing that is very good also, that I feel like I'm advertising for Mendeley, but I promise I'm not sponsored or anything. I just want to share this treasure that I found like a year ago or so on. So one thing that Mendeley has and Foxit Reader does not is that you can access to the content automatically as well. Now obviously if the book has a table of content, you can access to it automatically. Acknowledgement, defining, summary, the Grycium. The Mendeley reads the book automatically. It reads the titles for you, and you can obviously automatically go to the table contents that you would like from that book. And that's so many positive things that it has. And obviously sometimes you can put general notes. I mean, I don't want to put specific notes, but general notes on the book in general. What is it about and all of that. Obviously you can just write it there about general notes about the book in general. That's something that's also that Mendeley also has. Okay. Now something very important as well, which I really love, is that you can sync. Now what does sync mean? Something that I admire about Mendeley is that there is not only a desktop version, but there is also a phone version. So let me try to connect my phone with you guys so you can look at it. That's why you sync. For example, imagine you download the book. If I click on sync, the document will automatically be exported to your phone, to the application of Mendeley, and you can read from that from your phone when you want to sleep and you don't want to use your computer and so on. So let me just try to link it. Okay, here we go. Let's look for Mendeley. Here we go. So you can download the app, and the app has the same thing. When you sync it, it has, for example, the articles, the documents that I have, or you can check out all the documents. And obviously I can click on it, and you can check out the notes here as well. Obviously I didn't write any notes here, but let me check out. So anyway, so you can download it and read it at your own pace. For example, this is a work. I'm just going to read it, and it's automatically. You can also do it from your phone as well. So as soon as what's very good about Mendeley is that you can highlight notes on your phone as well. You can do the same process. Sorry, it's downloaded. You can't see. wait. Okay, here we go. So for example, you can actually highlight it here as well. You see this, I'm using my phone and I'm highlighting it, take notes and all of that. For example, let me highlight it. Workshop, for example, and I click yes. So once you do that, you click on it, you highlight it, whatever color you would like, and then you write the notes, and it's automatically synced there. So that's something that I like about Mendeley, is that you can do the same thing on your phone. You can highlight the notes there, and as soon as you highlight notes from your phone and you click on this little thing here, which is sync, because I need to log into my account, I need to re-log in, but you click on sync. As soon as you sync to your account, the highlighting will also be shown from your computer as well. So that's the idea. Is this clear with this one? I hope you...
Yes, it is. It's clear. Thank you for
No
your
problem.
informative presentation.
No problem.
Yes, it's
Yes,
clear. Thank you so much
no
for your
problem. And by the
presentation.
way, if you can't have a desktop, if you can't download your Mendeley to desktop as Professor Islam Qasimi said, you can actually put it in the website. You can use Mendeley in your website as well. So let's move on with more things. Before, okay, one thing. So something interesting. Now let's get to the real work. Okay, so now let's open a Word document. Now I have this reference and I put everything there, right? I hate Calibri, so I'm sorry, I need to do Times New Romans. I'm just okay. So now time for the real work. I want my reference, which I did. I have everything there ready. Reference, acquisition of WH questions, everything, all of this. Can you please, Mendeley, make it APA style? So how do you do that? Now you have Mendeley on your desktop. You have two options. You click on Tools, and then you click on Install MS Word plugin. Obviously, it stays uninstalled because I have it. So you click on Install MS Word plugin. As soon as it is installed, they will tell you to go into to Word documents, and it will be automatically, when you go to your Word document and click on references, you will automatically have this part on Mendeley here. Open Mendeley, insert bibliography, and so on. There is another option. If you can download this automatically from Mendeley. You can download this automatically from Mendeley. There is a part here where you can download the plugin. Here we go. Citation plugin. You click on it, and then you can download it automatically. Right? Get Mendeley site, and you just click on it automatically. But for me, the easiest is this one. I just go to Tools and install it automatically. So you basically click on it, it gets installed automatically. Next. The usual installation of programs, and then it's automatically put here. Great. Now how do I put in-text citation? It's very easy. You click on Insert Citation, and I need this work that we were talking about. What is it called? Acquisition of WH questions. So insert acquisition. It's here, right? I click on it. Okay. And automatically, you see? This is the in-text citation. Now, please, after you give me the in-text citation, please give me bibliography. Bibliography is automatically put here. So you just click on Insert Bibliography, automatically there. So you put in-text, you have to go with this order. Insert citation, and then you insert bibliography. And here we go with and you choose obviously the style. For example, for me, I'm using American Psychological Association 7th edition, which is the latest one. Some people use the MLA style, and it's here as well, MLA style. Some people use MSA, some people use Chicago. These are some. This is MLA, Modern Language Association, the 8th edition. So if I follow the same process, it will give me the MLA. If one of you guys are humanities or literature or doing some fields in that department, philosophy and so on, here is MLA for you. If you have linguistics or doing psychology and social sciences in general, pure sciences, then you have American Psychological Association. So you do that, and that's it. It's as easy as it is. Now imagine, what if I want to do in-text citation but two works. I want to cite two works. You know what I mean? What I mean is, you want to cite many authors at the same time. Can Mendeley do that? Can Mendeley give me a citation of many authors in one place? Yes, it does. What you do, you click on all of it, select all of it, and then click on edit citation and add another author. Let me add whatever. Let's just add, for example, this one. Okay. Now it's giving me this one and automatically generating a reference for me. You see? And now, and it also gives you the citation according to the for example, according to the APA style, which is the idea, I think, the author's name in alphabetical order, not the year. And that's Mendeley. I hope it's clear with the with citations, so you don't make your life miserable by reading how to do many. But obviously you can't not do without APA style. You have to go and read about it, obviously. So that's Mendeley for you. Let's move on to another thing. Now let's check out another very good tool. You click on tool and click on install web importer. Install, I already have it. Install web importer, you can click on it here, or you can click on it here, web importer. Obviously I already have it. You see, it's an extension. Here we go. You see? So what is good about this one? What's good about this one is that whatever file you read from your Chrome, you can automatically export it to your library in Mendeley. Now let's go to Elsevier. Because as I've said, Elsevier owns Mendeley. Let's go to Science Direct. Now imagine I really loved a work, language learning. I like a work and I don't want to download it and then click on add file. What you need to do, sorry, I need to I guess, okay, it's fine. I can just search for it. I apologize, my network is really, it's really nice. So let's do it again. Trying to join using my institutional email, but it doesn't do that. I guess I need to ask for remote access again. Okay, wait. Sometimes it has a lot of pressure and that's why it doesn't work. So I just want to show you the idea where from Science Direct and from Scopus you can automatically generate your references. So let me try here. Okay, wait. Sorry. Okay, so there is something going on with the e-resource right now, but anyways, once you go to Science Direct, right, and then you like search and work or Scopus, there is a place where you can click on Add to Mendeley, right? So you just go to Scopus or Science Direct, whatever file you like, there will always be a section called Save to Mendeley. You just click on Save to Mendeley and it will be automatically exported to your desktop. That's why the web importer is nice as well. Even if I like a work, for example, file type, let's look for any PDF file basically. So what you do is that I click on add. So whatever PDF file you have from Google and all of that, and obviously this work is available. So what you do, you go to the web importer, you click on it, and then you click add to the library, or add to the documents that you have. So as soon as I add it to the library, I will add it to the library and it will be automatically be shown here. So once you sync it, you will get automatically the works that you have there. So that's something that Mendeley has as well. So whatever PDF file you have, it can be exported automatically. So you just click on add, and now it's added to the library. And this one, language learning, teaching, all of that, you will find it automatically in your Mendeley. So any PDF file you have in your com, any PDF file you see, instead, if you like it, instead of clicking download and all of that, you can just send it automatically to Mendeley by clicking on add. Okay, let's see if we are still left with something else. Yes, something very interesting about Mendeley. Mendeley is also the same as all the other reference features. Like if you go to mendeley.com/search, you can also, okay, I said search for articles and books using what? Using Google Scholar, ResearchGate, Academia, and all the digital libraries like Scopus, Science Direct, and all of that. But also Mendeley has this option. For example, let me search for language learning, and I click on search, and here we go. There are more than 244,000 results. And of course, you can do it by document type and all of that. What's good about Mendeley here? Oh my god, I like this work. What you do, add to library. So once you add it to library, you can sync this one here. As soon as you sync it, the work will be shown automatically here. So that's the idea. Here we go. Here is the work, it's already synced. You see it? Strategies in technology enhanced learning. I just added it automatically from here. You see? Or for example, I like this one, I'm going to add it to my library, and I will go here, you click on sync, and you will find it automatically here as well. Here we go. A review of studies on enhanced learning. So here, these stuff, all of these strings, this one that I imported in using Google. This one I imported using Mendeley. So all of this, and obviously if you add something from Google, it gives you a warning to check whether the details are correct, because they generate it automatically for you, and they want to make sure whether their algorithm is correct on that. So that's something important. For me, if I like a work automatically and I saw it on Google, I can just export it directly from Mendeley using this web importer, right? So whatever PDF file on the internet that you like, just add it to the library or add it to a specific file, and it will be automatically generated there. I think that's it. I think that is the end of our workshop series. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Do you have any questions? yeah, the record of the previous workshop. We have uh, we have a channel. Uh, so I'm doing this channel. Here is the first workshop, and this is the second workshop. I can share it with you, and I will share also this workshop soon, inshallah. I will share all of it if you want to share it as well to your friends. You see, even if you understood now, if you want, just share it with your friend. I promise I'm not looking to be famous and all of that. This is just to help people. Yeah, orchid, this one. Orchid is very easy to do. It's basically the profile for learners. I already have an Orchid account. This is my Orchid account. I don't even remember the email that I did. So Orchid is basically, imagine if Abdurrahman Oulad Krit, there is another Abdurrahman Oulad Krit. Or Islam Qasimi, there is another Islam Qasimi who is a researcher as well. How would we know which researcher is which? And this orchid was made a lot of times because, for example, there are a lot of Smiths in the world, there are a lot of Khans in the world, and they want to protect your orchid. So a lot of journals, once you you send your journal article, they ask you for an orchid, so that when a person looks for the researcher, when they want to cite you, they know that I'm citing this person and not the other one. It's very easy. It's free to add on. You create an account and they give you automatically your orchid. Orchid is very important in order to protect your rights as a researcher, especially if there are different names. If you go to my publications, the journal that where is my publication? The journal that I had asked for the orchid number. Where is it? Here we go. It asks for the orchid number, and every credible journal does that. Usually, most of the time, you will find that. So here we go. You see, this is the orchid number, and a person can just click on it from my journal and they will find the orchid number. So orchid is just very easy. You create your own profile so that next time you publish in a journal, you give them your orchid in order to avoid people stealing your information or stealing your name. Okay, any other questions? Yes, there are many extensions I'm using. I'm using EndNote, and this is EndNote is like literally the reference manager, but it's very good. Did you see earlier when I opened the PDF file, you see like a purple thing going on? It gives you information about PDF, whether it's available. If it's not, you can download it. Foxit PDF Creator, Grammarly is something that I use as well. Adblocker, Scopus Document Downloader. So these are the most important ones that I use, and we can talk about it in the next workshop. But I highly recommend you download Grammarly. I already have it. It's very good for researchers. So you can open Grammarly, and it gives you many ideas. The issues that you have: correctness, clarity, engagement, delivery. It also gives you plagiarism. If there is a plagiarism issue there, it also counts it for you as well. Obviously, I already worked in this chapter. Look, I have 162 issues here because the chapter has like 45 pages. How can we add the Grammarly to Office Word? It's very easy. It's very easy. When you go to Grammarly and you create a Grammarly account, there is a place where you can download. I don't know if I can. Yeah, so there is a place where you can download it. So once you create an account and all of that, you have a version to download it as an extension. Meaning, if you post something on Facebook, you don't want to write something horrible, and also they give you the option to download it using your desktop. I have the desktop version here as well. And then there is also another place where you can download it to your MS plugin, to your plugin as well. It's all there. I didn't log in because I don't remember the password. But when you log in, they give you all the information. They give you a section to download as an extension, a section to download as an MS Word, and then a section to download as a I will show you. I think I don't have it here, but anyways, there is a place where you can do that. It's very easy. I can do a workshop on that if you would like. But anyways, when Islam, once you create an account, it gives you all the features. You will find a place called apps, and it tells you whether you want it to be input in the Word document, whether you want to download it as a desktop, and so on. Is there any question? If there's any question, it's fine. I can go ahead. Anything related to research, really. If you have any question about your research. Anything you would like to know. Doesn't have to be this one. Okay, if you have no question, thank you very much for coming to attending the last workshop. And if you would like to attend our next workshop series, Zotero. I have never used Zotero, to be honest. I only use Mendeley. It's the same. They are known to be the same. Like when you ask a person, they tell you, I can't tell you something is better than the other. It's just different ways to manage your references, and that's it. But if you want me to search for it for you, I can look for it. If you want to attend, guys, the next workshop series that I'm going to organize, and it will be how to I only search for things that I usually don't see. People don't do it. For example, looking for references online, I don't see much about Google and so on. But one thing, that's a workshop that I want to do, is how to handle Word document and PowerPoint as a researcher, especially Word document. For example, how to create automatic table of contents. This one is an automatic table of contents that I do. You see, update fields and so on, number. This one is an automatic table of contents. How do we do that? Just all the tips related to how to handle work documents as a researcher. Maybe I'm thinking, I don't know if people will be interested in it. If people are interested in it, also how to do PowerPoint. Obviously, you're going to do many conferences in your life. You're going to defend your thesis. PowerPoint will be there with you. And obviously, there are so many tips that you can do in order to have it. And obviously I love doing a lot of things in relation to Word document. I can show you, for example, I can show you a workshop I had towards gaming apps. So because I'm just nerdy. I'm childish when it comes to it. So basically, these are all the things that this is all something that I did it myself. How to do something that is so shiny like this, and just to make your PowerPoint powerful, visually appealing, and all of that. I can do that. Maybe we can create a poll and ask people whether they want to do it. So thank you so much, everyone. Publishing an article, there are so many things about publishing an article, so many people that they do not know. For example, I can literally give you right now I can give you something. For example, there is this place, I love this place. People don't know about it. Journals for free. Basically, you can look for journals in your field, and which is in Scopus. For example, it should be indexed in Scopus, and it should be, for example, about linguistics. For example, if I wrote linguistics here as a journal, now it gives me, for example, that there are linguistics. Now if I do that, it will give me these are all the journals that are free. That means you pay no money and it is indexed in Scopus. So there are so many things I can show, the process of article publishing and all of that. Yes, we can do it inshallah in the future, as well as a conference communication. Thank you, Sanat, for your if you want, I can share this one for you. If you want, some of you want to publish soon, and we're poor, all of us. we don't need to pay like 500 or whatever. So yeah, any other questions? If there is not any questions, I will leave you to it, and I thank you so much for everything, and I wish you the best day, inshallah. Today is the night of the 26th, Leeds Bersharin. So I wish you the best, and thank you so much. Allahumma yassir. Take care, everyone. It's tomorrow. I thought it was today. Okay. Thank you so much.